Need a little help watering your plants this year? If you've got a lot of plants, or if you're going away for a couple of weeks and you don't want your plants to die, this simple drip system will water everything for you automatically and actually do a better job sometimes than hand watering. So what I'm going to show you today is a really simple low pressure drip irrigation system that we use for some of our pots and newly planted trees. It's easy to set up, fully adjustable, and most importantly it waters deeply into the roots where the plants actually need the water. This is a very simple system, and it can make a big difference if you've got a lot of new planting in your garden, or if you've got a lot of container plants in your garden. If you're going away for a fortnight, you can set it to come on once or twice a week, and it means that, particularly if the weather forecast is looking warm, you know your plants are getting some moisture for that period of time, and hopefully means that you keep them alive and well for when you come back. So with this style of dripper, this isn't a sprinkler, it isn't like a hose pipe. Water will slowly come through these tiny little slits at the top of the unit here. So water will bubble out of these tiny little units and literally just slowly come over the side, and the water will then slowly seep into the root ball of the plant. There's lots and lots of different systems, but this is a very simple low pressure system. The reason I prefer the drippers is because they very slowly let the water permeate into the pot rather than forming a fan or a spray where you can get a lot of evaporation. One of the biggest problems with watering by hand is you only normally wet the top few inches of soil. The roots never get encouraged to grow deep to pull down for the water. With a drip system like this, the water slowly works its way down into the root ball of the plant, so you get stronger, healthier plants and a much more efficient use of water. The system itself is simple. You've got a main supply pipe, and then with our supply feed, which is our 13mm black pipe, I'm just going to make a hole, and then we've just got a connector that very simply clicks into place, and then a smaller flexible pipe, often called spaghetti pipe, that feeds into each dripper. That literally just gets pushed over the end, which actually helps doing this on a warm day. So that would just connect thus. There we go. And then that's ready for positioning into the tree. So if you're using a timer, it will automatically turn itself on or off once or twice a week, depending on your setup. And it's perfect if you're going away, just to give you that insurance so you know that your plants are getting some water. That will click onto the water butt or click onto your tap. You then connect on your system. The water then flows through the supply tube into your dripper, and your dripper then would go into your tree or into your flower pot that you're trying to water. The other really important thing that you need to be aware of is wherever your system finishes, you need to have a stop end. So I'm showing you the supply pipe that we use, but this is actually a stop end here. If you didn't have one of these fittings, another way you can do this is by actually folding the pipe in half and then wiring it to actually close the joint. Because it's a low pressure system, normally that's enough. But as I say, because we're built on braces with most things, we'll actually use a stop end fitting. So that at the end of the pipe is going to stop the water flow. So the pipe will fill with water, and then slowly it will come through the drippers into the trees. But we're not then losing pressure out to the end and wasting water. Pointy end into the main supply pipe, flat end is your dripper. So sometimes just warming up the end of the pipe a little bit, rubbing it backwards and forwards in your fingers, can just mean on occasion that it's easier to actually get it over. So there are various ways of doing this. This is quite a sharp little hole punch that I've bought specifically for putting these things in. But if I just show you back on the table, this is designed so you can actually use it to make a very small hole, starter hole, in the supply pipe, and then just push in your fitting. Again, it depends on the thickness of the supply pipe you're using, But as I've got it, so it's a micro irrigation hole punch, and simply that for me is just a lot easier. When you do first set this up, don't just leave it and hope for the best. What we'd normally advise is, when you first set the system up, is probably to run it for half an hour, and then actually to get a dry bamboo cane, push it into the pot and pull it out, and see how much water has actually gone down into that root ball. So if you pull out a dry bamboo cane, you can see how deep the water's permeated through the roots. And ideally you want the water to be at the bottom of the roots, so that it's rooting down into the pot and you're saturating the root ball all the way through, rather than just watering the top few inches. You can still overwater with this system, so it's important to check it regularly when you're first setting it up. The plants are almost better to slightly dry out in between and then have a really good drench, rather than just watering the top few inches at a time. But always check if the soil is already wet all the way through, reduce the flow or run the system less often. What you don't want is the pot to actually be sat too wet and too much water in the bottom of the pot. So to get started, you'll need a supply pipe. So basically that's where I'm connecting my water supply from, be it from a water vat or from the mains. A small flexible pipe. This is the super flexible rubber tube, which means that I can adapt it and I can change the direction, and it's very easy to connect and reconnect to new pots and planting as we go. Adjustable drippers, they're a lot easier to control. A hole punch tool does make a big difference. They do little plastic versions of this which can be used in the same way. It's just that this is the one that I've been using for the last few years. It's just simple and easy to hold in your hand. A simple timer, optional, but I would recommend it. That's your timer. You can get basic clockwork ones that you can literally turn to 60 minutes and they'll turn back on itself without a battery. This particular one works on a 9-volt battery, ratchet straps, or connectors. We tend to use these, and they can be turned sideways, click shut, and then just pulled sideways to disconnect if you need to take it apart. One of the most important things is an end stop for the end of your supply line, and also to have enough supply tube to get from your water source, be it a water butt or be it a tap, to wherever you want to irrigate. And that should be enough to build a full system. This system can be used straight in the ground as well as pots, particularly for newly established trees and shrubs. And because it's modular, you can then move it around your garden as needs change. So for example, if you're newly establishing trees and shrubs one year in one border, you can then move the system to another place next year if you're then going to be adding new planting to a different area in the garden. And just to clarify, every garden is different, soil, weather, water pressure, so there's always a bit of trial and error. Set it up, test it and adjust it until it's right for your space. It can be very fiddly to actually connect this system up to start with, particularly if you've not done it before. But having said that, the savings it will make in time as we go through the rest of the year will be enormous. So although it's a bit of a faff to set it up to start with, it will actually make a big difference for us in helping us to look after our trees going through the summer. So it's worth going through the initial pain. If you found that useful, let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more simple practical setups like this, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Use it to make a very small hole, starter hole, and then just push in your fitting. It's just not quite as easy. But as I've got it,